Ready.
Going live.
Yeah, we are live. Hey guys, you know what? I just forgot that I didn't even put my microphone on. Why don't you entertain the camera? I'll be right back.
Yeah, we're warming up now.
Look at Jen go. She said, let's
Run.
run. We'll run in place.
Run in place. Let's start that.
There you go.
We always run in place
We
before.
are.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
And then we do
Put a big
stretches.
hole in the
Yep.
middle and pull it down.
Light.
All right, plug your ears. All right, hopefully that's better. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to do a flexibility workout today. It is Flexibility Friday after all. If you were tuned in last week or on Wednesday, I apologize. We've just been overwhelmed with people looking for help with their spines, and we're just here to serve. So sometimes that means putting off some of these things that we like to do to help support your health. We hope that you're doing it on your own at home as well. But if you haven't heard yet, definitely you want to tune in on Monday night at 6:30 for our live workshop. We're going to be streaming it. It's also available to come in person as well. We're going to be talking about gut health and how that affects everything. But let's focus on that gut health today by doing a flexibility, coordination, and balance workout with that. So remember to get more balance out of this, wear your tennis shoes or be on a really soft surface. If you are having trouble with balance or coordination and worried about falling, take those shoes off so that you don't fall over. That's the number one rule here. We haven't had anybody hit the ground yet without actually stepping out of their leg. Thanks for that, Luann. But you guys get ready to get started. We're going to start with some stretching. So hands over your hearts, feet together. You can close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again. One more. On the next inhale, bring your hands up overhead. And exhale. Inhale up. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And on the next exhale, we're going to go over to the side. Feel that stretch. Inhale up. Go up to the tiptoes and exhale over to the other side. And inhale up. Extend back and exhale, hands over heart. Beautiful. Let's get the shoulders. Roll them back. Deep breaths with the rolls. You should really feel the scapula opening up across the rib cage. Really get the chest to open and the back to open while you're rolling through these. Roll forwards a few times. Get those traps opened and loose, and then bring your hands out to your side. Start with some backward shoulder or arm circles with this. Start slow and small and slowly get bigger. And we're going to go the other way. There we go. And now let's stretch the shoulders out. Bring your right arm across. Nice deep breaths here. So while we're stretching, I guess I can tell you a little story. I sent my son to his grandparents' house over the weekend, and my mother-in-law loves to garage sale and find deals, and so she was with him. And he found a toy that he wanted, and because it was inexpensive and a deal, she bought it for him. Only one. Don't want to spoil the grandkid too much. But he brought it home, and he actually slept with it. And so the next morning, Grandpa asked him, you know, so why did you get the toy? And he said, so I could have a sleeping buddy. He said, how did that go? He said, well, it was fine so long as I didn't press the voice box. He said, well, that's something you should remember for when you get married someday as well. I thought that was quite clever. All right, let's go across the other shoulder. Yeah, I always leave it to my father-in-law to get the best lines out of my son. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, another one. My son, he goes out and he stays with grandma and grandpa quite a bit because they're fairly close by, and it's good to give him a reprieve from the daily grind. And he was talking to him about his favorite desserts, and so he's like, "Do you like apple pie?" And Dietrich's like, "Oh, of course, yes." "Do you like cherry pie?" "Yes, of course, Grandpa." "Do you like chocolate pie?" "Yeah, I love chocolate pie." "How about cow pie?" He says, "Grandpa, you know I can't eat dairy." Bring your right arm over top of your head. Yeah. So good stuff. A little funny Friday for you there too. Yeah, right over top. You should feel this stretch down the side. If you want to bend into this a little bit, go ahead. And then go the other way. Kids do say the darndest things, don't they? Yeah. Is that Cosby on that show? I guess that's a politically incorrect statement. Anything Cosby said can't be said. Just don't throw the baby out for the bathwater, right? All right, let's get the quads. Go ahead and bring the left leg up behind you. Find some balance. Get your hand over your middle if you're needing help with that. But also look at a stable point in front of you. That'll help you not tip over. Deep breaths here. Slowly come out of that. We're gonna go to the other side. Same thing, latch on, find your center. All right, let's stretch out the hamstring. Slowly come out of that. Deep breath in, arms all the way up. Exhale, swan dive, straight forward, flat back, and collapse straight down towards the toes. Bend your knees slightly so that you can get your ankles or behind the calves or behind the knees with your hands, wherever it is that pulls you into a good stretch with your low back. And slowly from here, straighten the legs back out. Feel that stretch behind the knees and into the hamstrings. All right, come back up one vertebra at a time. Round the shoulders back at the top. Deep breath in, arms all the way up. Exhale, swan dive, flat back, and then collapse one vertebra at a time, slightly bending the knees so you can get behind the ankles, or maybe now this time to the toes. Slowly stretch the legs back out so you increase the tension behind the hamstrings and the knees. Should feel a good pull on that. If you can't get your toes, grab your ankles and give it a good pull. Can't get your ankles, get your calves. If you can't get your calves, get your knees, but give it a good pull, stretch it out. If you don't work it, it's not going to get better. All right, slowly come up one vertebra at a time. And round back. Deep breath in, arms all the way up. And collapse. Straight forward. Maybe this time you don't even have to bend your knees to get your toes. You should be better this time than you were 2 times ago, and especially when we first started. When you work on something, it gets better. If it's not, find the restriction, find the interference, and we're designed to heal and grow stronger as we work on things. All right. From here, come up to flat back. We're going to do some floor work, so excuse me while I tilt the camera down. So we're going to come from here straight down towards the floor into plank. From plank, you're going to scoop upwards into upward dog or cobra. Really stretch out that upper back, elongate the spine up out of the shoulders. Push the shoulders back. Feel that stretch. Spend too much time rounded forward. This is your opportunity to round backwards. All right, from here, come back to your toes into plank position. And we're going to push through to downward dog. Let your head dangle, press back. Through the shoulders, through the hands, into the floor. Press through the calves. Press your heels towards the floor. If they're touching the floor, maybe move your feet a little bit further back so you can get a little better calf stretch out of this. And we're going to slowly walk it back. And come up one vertebra at a time. Round it back. Deep breath in, arms all the way up. And bend straight forward at the waist. Collapse down to the toes. Inhale up. And exhale, come down to the floor. Back into that plank push-up position. Scoop through, upward dog. Cobra if you prefer. The difference being Cobra is on your knees and upward dog is on your toes with your knees lifted up off the ground. Subtle difference. Just puts a little bit more pressure in different places, and so you gauge where that's best for you. All right, come back to plank. Push through to downward dog. Walk your hands back one more time. And slowly come up. Take a deep breath in, arms all the way up. Exhale, flat back, and then collapse straight down. Inhale up to flat back, and then right back down to that plank position. Push up into upward dog. Then go back into downward dog. All right, then walk it back one more time. All right, we're going to go back to some standing poses here again. Tilt this back up. All right, so if you're feeling a little bit wobbly, you may want a chair to assist you with this one or be close to the wall. And we're going to do our warrior poses. So let's get the right leg out in front of you, left leg back. The back leg should be at, or the back foot should be at a 45-degree angle from the front foot. So that's about what you're looking at with that. The hips should be facing straight in front of you, and as you do so, lift your arms up, then sink through, bend that front knee down to 90 degrees. And you may need to take a longer lunge to get there, or shorter lunge. Keep your knee behind your toes directly over top of your ankles. The front leg should be parallel with the ground. Back leg should be completely straight. And just hang out here. Anybody else got a funny joke? Was that funny? Yeah, what was I hearing? I was preparing for the workshop on Monday night, and one of the other docs that is in network with us in Max Living he had made up his own song about the digestive system, and it was I'm a tube, you're a tube, we're all a tube of poo. Yeah, that's about how it went. So it was pretty good. It just got deeper from there. All right, from here, we're going to go to warrior two. So open up the hips, keep that front leg bent, bring the right arm directly out in front of you, the left arm directly back, sink in, should be looking directly out in front of that hand in front of you. Feeling this today. All right, from here, we're going to go back to triangle pose. So tip backwards, straighten out the front leg, back hand, the left hand should fall either above or below the left knee. Right hand should go straight up to the sky. All right, come back to warrior two, bend that front leg again. Right arm straight in front of you. And we're going to go warrior one. Hips come straight forward in front. We're going to switch sides. All right. Get some blood flow back in those legs where it was stagnant. We're going to go left leg in front, right leg behind. Remember, 45-degree angle from that left leg to that right foot. We're going to sink into 90, open the hips straight up in front. Arms come straight up, elongate the spine, lift the arms out of the shoulders, head up out of the neck. You sink in. Remember, 90 degrees with that front leg. Open up, warrior two. All right, triangle pose, come back. Straighten out that front leg. Come back into warrior two. Remember, hips should be directly underneath the shoulders. And then come back to warrior one. Hips come straight ahead. Shoulders come straight ahead, elongating everything directly up towards the ceiling. And you can step out of that. All right. Couple of balance moves here. We already did the quadricep stretch, so let's go straight into tree. So you're going to be bringing the left leg up. You're going to be planting it into the side of the right leg, ideally above the knee, if not below the knee, but definitely not directly into the knee. So from here, find a point in front of you to focus on that's not going to wobble or move at all. And then you can grow your tree out, up, or just keep it in prayer pose. I'd recommend keeping your eyes open to work on that writing reflex. And just listen to yourself breathe. Feel each of those muscles contract as they work to keep you upright and balanced. Come out, just come back in. All right, let's slowly come out of this, slowly lower that left leg back down to the floor. And we're gonna go with the right leg next. If you need to shake it out for a second, and then bring it right up, lock it in. The side there, hands over heart. Lock that back in. All right, slowly come out of that. All right, great work, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. It's always a great time to relax, focusing on that balance, that coordination, the stretching, and just get better every day. Remember, if you want to be healthy, you can't rely on anything outside of yourself to do it. You have to do it for yourself. You are the one that's responsible for your health, and I'm here to help equip you and teach you that. Hope you guys can join us again on Monday. I'll see you next time.